So welcome to the Lightning Talks. The first session for our Lightning Talks. I'd like to welcome our speakers, Harsh, Sahay and Sakthikannan and Subramanian. Harsh is a QA engineer at Cognizant and Sakthikannan is a SDET Scrum Master at Cognizant. Harsh and Sakthikannan would be speaking on the topic Automated Visual Testing, Adobe Experience Manager Author and Frontend. Let's save time. To know more about them and to see their video interviews, please check out the links on the screen. Now, I would request Harsh and Sakthikannan, please carry on their session by sharing their screens.
Yeah, thank you, Mrunmay. And hi, everyone. My name is Harsh, and I, along with Shakti, has done this work, which we gave the title as Automated Visual Testing, Adobe Experience Manager, Author, and Frontend. So I'll quickly share my screen. Okay, I'm not able to share my screen. I'm not sure why. Shakti, are you able to share your screen if you can?
I should be.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of minutes.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'll give my introduction. So my name is Harsh and I'm working in Cognizant past 4 years. And I'm a QA engineer working for a retail industry, which is UK based client. And Shakti is working, like Shakti is my senior, to be honest, but we are working together in the same team. And once Shakti shares his screen, I can probably start our session.
Yeah, Shakti, share some Shakti.
Yeah, show some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Harsh has cornered me now.
Yeah. Good that you addressed him as a senior, but you said you work along with him, and like you both means it did not sound that like he's a senior to you. To me.
Yeah, he looks younger than me, I know.
Okay. Yeah, what you?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, hi everyone. So as I said, Harsh and Shakti for the topic. So I'll start with first slide, which is what is visual regression testing and how it helps. So when we, in every company, right, we have some functional test framework and we have many other automation framework. But like in my company, right, I've seen in my project, like there was some scenarios where we were able to click on a particular component, but what if that particular component has fallen off on the right of the screen, or maybe on the center or the bottom, right? So we were still able to click on that component because of the element locator, but still the UI was not good, right? And also there were many changes which happens at the front end and on the back end. So I and Shakti, we are on the AM team. Like we use Adobe Experience Manager for content management. And that AM uses SPA bundles, which is pointed to React JS. So whenever a front-end developer changes any of our front-end code, it might impact the UI of AM. And also when we publish a page, right, or whenever there is some front-end deployment, there is a high chance that the front-end page can be broken as well. So to test those lacking thing, right, like to test those changes, we came up with a solution which we called as visual regression testing. So this will ensure that whether our front end is looking right visually or not, and also whether the user is able to interact with the web components, or is it like ugly in the UI wise, or even the layout, right? So maybe a component which should be sitting in the center of the page might go to the right or on the bottom, right? So this is something which we can validate. Or even let's say a font which was supposed to be of 60 pixel was changed to 40 pixel due to some changes. So this will ensure that everything from pixel to pixel is working fine as intended. Can we go to the next slide, Shakti? So yeah, so as I said, why do we need the visual testing, right? So if there is a front-end deployment, right, the color or some text or alignment can break, which could be validated on the same. And also when we are using AEM, as I said, we have multiple pages in AEM which could be broken because of some of the author changes, or even in the backend changes that AEM page can break. So this will ensure, like the visual testing will ensure, okay, we can test it and nothing has broken, and then we can proceed further. So these are the like few of the requirement, like instead of manually validating all the pages, can we not automate that and check those changes in the front end and AM as well? So this were like the requirement of in our project, like why we went ahead with visual testing. Can we go to the next slide, Shakti? Yeah, so as I said, right, the solution is like there are many tools in the market which we can use. So for example, there is a Percy, there is Apply tools, then there are some other, there are various tools in the market actually, but because we had the license for Percy already in our project, so we went ahead with that. So it is a way, like visual regression testing is a way of comparing the screenshots, right, to check the major changes in the visual appearance. So the solution we came up is like, we first had a framework where we had the functional test written. So we just added the Percy dependencies, and we added some command from the Percy which was already there. And once we integrated that code, right, we were able to take the screenshots, and and then we were able to upload it via the Percy. And if there is any visual diff, so our code was also integrated with the Jenkins. So we use Jenkins as a CI/CD tools. So what happens is, like, for example, when the screenshot is taken for the first build, it will compare the screenshot of the second build. And if there is any visual diff, the Jenkins will not proceed. So if you could see in the screenshot on the left-hand side, right, we have that visual diff test stage in the pipeline. And if there is any visual diff observed as a part of pipeline, then that pipeline won't proceed. So what it basically means is, in the Percy, it will be pending at a stage for the QAs or the developers or the product owners or delivery lead to go and validate the changes. If those changes, the visual diff, is something which is a major change or it's a breaking change, then we can then and there create a defect and assign it to the developers. Okay, this is the issue we have seen, could you please fix it? But if it is a minor change, like maybe sometimes once 1,000 times, it can be a flaky. So we can proceed with that build and we can go ahead. So basically integrating it with Jenkins has made our life easy. So it's not always QA who can trigger this build in the Jenkins, but it can be product owner who doesn't have much technical knowledge as dev. So they can also go and just click on build the pipeline, and even like any person on the team can go and simply build that pipeline. And if there is any visual diff, it will highlight then and there only. So as you can see on the second screenshot, this is the AM page, and you can see on the left hand side we have product pods, and on the right hand side that product pod was broken because of some front end changes. So this is what Percy on the left hand side, the Jenkins detected the visual diff, and then it got paused. So basically, if it gets paused, there will be a Slack notification which will be triggered. Okay, this has paused, could you please check? We can then go to Percy.io and then we can validate, okay, if since it is a breaking change, we just need to click abort and we need to create a defect then and there only. Could we please go to the next slide, Shakti? So yeah, so as you can see on the top right, when we run the Jenkins, so basically it triggers the code in the backend, right? So we have taken some of the snapshot and we then upload it. And if the code is like uploaded once, and if there is a visual diff, it will be paused again, as you can see, which was on the last screen as well. And it is less human interference, which means less manual testing. Could you please move to the next screen, Shakti? So yeah, again, here you can see as a part of pipeline itself, we will be getting this option to proceed or abort. So if we proceed, right, it means that visual diff is a minor change, we can ignore that change. But if it is something which is a breaking change, right, then you can see on the bottom there is a Percy screen, like the screenshot. It will be waiting at approved build. So if we click on approved build, it means there was no major changes. But if we don't click on approved build, it means there was a breaking change, and we can create the defect based on our requirement. And can we go to the next slide?
Yeah, in that case, I'll just add one more point. If you see the screenshot that I have added here, and you can see few icons like Safari, Edge, or Firefox, or Chrome, and also the breakpoints. So it's not only giving the difference in a single viewpoint or a breakpoint, it is giving you kind of like the validation in different breakpoints in different browsers as well. which gives an additional validation if you are into if your development model is kind of for your the website is for iPad or tablets or for mobile or for desktop or anything, so it validates in that breakpoints as well, based on the component changes.
Yeah. And yeah, this is a tech stack which we have used because we had an existing framework which was using Concept.js and helper class as puppeteer, and then we introduced Percy and the Jenkins for CI/CD deployment, which we used as a part of our automation framework. Shakti, can we move to the next slide? Yeah. So this is the best part benefit. So our ultimate goal was to save some time, right? So if you could see, we had more than 160 pages, which we had to check manually, but this, once we automated, it saved around 800 minutes, which is approx figure again, but it also, for every releases, we used to go with this Jenkins pipeline, we used to trigger this. So there were approx 30 to 40 build per month, which we usually go on a daily basis, and this has saved around 24,000 minutes. And if we have to do with the cost, I think it should be 500 pounds, Shakti, if I'm not wrong, or is it 50? But yeah, it has saved per month for us. So yeah, I know we have less time, or I think it has finished, but the last slide will be the Q&A, which we can post in the chat if someone has any question on this.
Okay, so the lightning questions to the lightning speakers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the lightning. I think
Percy is like, yeah, because we use a browser stack for our compatibility testing, so that comes along with the Percy license as well. So yes, it's paid based on the screenshots and stuff like that. Percy is not only the only tool that for the validating the visual testing. So because we have this luxury, we start using this Percy because it gives different breakpoints, different browsers and stuff like that, and having a very good access to integrating with Slack and Git and stuff like that. But still, you can use tools like resemble.js, which is coming for free and which can be compared with your current screenshots and the older screenshots, which you need to do some extra work. Nothing comes for free. Yeah, I told there is an open option source as well. Yeah, we have used resemble.js as well, along with the Concept and Cypress and stuff like that.
Okay, looks like there's a question. Then we'll move to the next lightning talk. Yeah. To my teammate, Purnay. Now.
Yes, I'm present.
Yes. Thanks, Harsh. Yeah.
Thanks, Harsh and Sakthikannan.